It's 11:58 p.m. on tax day. You stare at a glowing monitor, fingers hovering, wrestling with a choice before the point of no return. For 50 years, the economic deterrence model has dictated global policy. This theory assumes that in this moment, you are a rational calculator, weighing the financial gain of evasion against the statistical probability of a penalty. Yet empirical data consistently defies this logic. Compliance remained high in countries with almost no enforcement, while evasion frequently spikes in high penalty regions. Human choices are driven by a shifting mix of morality and social cues that the rational model cannot map. Treating human inconsistency as a mere statistical error blinds policymakers to the actual mechanics of financial decision-making. This gap in understanding led Professor Ahmed Yamin to an unorthodox thesis. Classical economics is the wrong tool to map human behavior. To accurately predict human cognition, Yamin argues we must apply the mathematical frameworks of quantum physics. He is not claiming the human brain is a literal quantum computer. Instead, he demonstrates that quantum mathematics provides a precise language for the indeterminate and contradictory nature of our choices. At the center of this framework is superposition. In physics, a particle exists in multiple states at once. In cognition, a taxpayer simultaneously holds the intention to comply and the intention to evade. This mental duality persists until the exact moment of action, replacing the traditional assumption of a fixed pre-existing preference. Yamin moves beyond the simple binary of cheat or pay, expanding the model into 3 dimensions. This 3D space maps 3 axes: full compliance, full evasion, and partial compliance. This third dimension, underreporting a portion of income, is where the mathematical majority of taxpayers reside. Mapping this state provides a formal structure for the coexistence of human morality and financial selfishness. If the mind exists in a state of multiple possibilities, we have to ask what specific mechanism forces that state to collapse into a single action. Yamin points to quantum interference, which shows that context and framing alter the structure of the decision's probability space. Consider 2 triggers: an audit warning focused on punishment, and a message highlighting how taxes fund local community services. These waves represent probabilities. When a message aligns with internal values, constructive interference creates a massive spike in compliance. When a threat opposes those values, destructive interference flattens payment likelihood. This math dictates that framing rewrites a decision's core structure, resolving the cognitive state. The immediate psychological environment manufactures the final choice at the moment of action. Zooming out from the individual mind reveals the macro-level mechanics of entanglement. Yamin's model mathematically links cognitive states across social networks, showing that financial choices occur in a web of peer influence. In highly connected groups, decisions synchronize. The model shows that mixed outcomes, where one person pays and an associate evades, mathematically drop toward 0. If a peer group normalizes evasion, the individual's cognitive state is pulled toward that same result. Evasion functions as a socially synchronized contagion, spreading across networks in real time. Yamin's framework establishes that compliance is a context-specific, socially embedded event rather than a fixed economic trait. This reality sits in direct opposition to the current strategy of global institutions. These organizations have historically relied on aggressive, labor-intensive audits and escalating fines to drive compliance. The quantum model suggests an alternative, designing interventions that shape the cognitive and social environment. This moves the burden from expensive manual surveillance to the strategic timing and framing of communication. By utilizing the low-cost infrastructure of digital notices and social messaging, governments can trigger voluntary compliance through fairness and community networks, reaching results that brute force enforcement cannot match. Returning to the solitary taxpayer, we see a sensitive node within a vast, entangled psychological system. While human nature remains complex and filled with conflicting intentions, it is no longer mathematically unpredictable. Thanks to Professor Yamin, we have the mathematical language required to map the true complexity of the human mind.